Let's talk about glaze. Glazing is the final step before your piece is complete and ready for use. Glazing makes your pot watertight and safe for the oven, dishwasher, and microwave. Glaze is powder chemicals suspended in water. Then, when fired to high temperatures, melts and then solidifies into glass. You can have matte or shiny glazes, opaque or transparent, but some element of glaze is required to make your piece food safe in a typical firing. Glazes can be layered on top of one another for different effects, but they cannot be mixed like paint, and as they are not made of pigment but chemicals. This differs from underglaze, which works more like a traditional paint pigment, and the colors can be mixed. Underglaze is used for design elements and does not make your piece watertight or food safe. You would need a clear glaze over top of the underglaze to achieve this. Glaze is what makes your piece non-porous, underglaze does not. Underglaze is true to color, generally what you see is what you get in your final firing, while glaze's liquid colors are rarely accurate for their final firing color. Here I am glazing some test tiles of different clay bodies. The same glaze can look radically different depending on the clay body used, and you should always test a new glaze before using it on a finished piece. I mainly use commercial glazes, but I would love to experiment with making my own glaze down the line. Commercial glazes have the advantage of being professionally formulated by teams of chemists, but the downside is they are less unique and fairly costly. Most professional studios will have an in-house glaze tech who mixes up their own glazes for the students to use. Commercial glazes can be brushed or dipped. Here I am dipping for easy application. It's very important to stir your glaze well enough to get it fully mixed before applying, otherwise you risk a poor application and a bad end result. Here's all the test tiles I glazed today, and I can't wait to show them to you once they're all fired. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something.